Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing well today. I'm back with another video. This time we're moving on from the Sebastian Rogers one. Today I am going to be focusing on the Chris Watts case. Now this is going to be a compilation of a couple of videos. They are going to be long because just of the in-depth detail of the case. Also, there's a lot of dark energies surrounding this case also, so I have been burning the sage, charging my crystals and putting a protective light around myself and you as the viewers also. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a Chris Watts general tarot reading on his energy. Did Nichol Kessinger make him a monster? Or was he already a monster in the making? That's what we'll be discussing today. Chris Watts was married to Shanann Watts. They met on Facebook while Shanann was going through a difficult time with her lupus in 2008. 2012 they were married and moved to Frederick, Colorado, where they bought a house together. Shortly after this they had Bella and Cece. Bella was 4 at the time of the murders and Cece was 3. Shanann was also 15 weeks pregnant, expecting her third child, Nico. Chris Watts worked at Anadarko Petroleum, where he would meet his co-worker, Nichol Kessinger, who he would later have an affair with. The affair carried on for 6 weeks, allegedly, while Shanann had taken the girls to visit family on holiday. Shanann was a working from home businesswoman and worked for a company called Thrive, selling weight loss patches and shakes. She did a lot of promoting online and shared most of her life online also, including the girls' milestones. Chris Watts also tested out the Thrive patches and lost a significant amount of weight and started body training. He was noticeably looking a lot fitter and trimmer, which would have boosted his confidence. He was previously shy and reserved and overweight also. Chris Watts appeared to be a devoted husband and father. They looked to the outside world as America's perfect couple. However, behind the scenes, they fell for bankruptcy and had massive debts to repay, including the mortgage of the house and medical bills. He also started a 6-week affair with co-worker Nichol Kessinger. This is where Shanann and the girls' life would be turned upside down. When Shanann came home after a business trip on the 13th of August 2018, early hours of the morning, that would be the last time we saw Shanann, Bella and Cece. Chris Watts on the 13th of August decided to annihilate his whole family. This case is probably the most horrendous and sickening family annihilator I have ever come across. Anyway, he strangled Shanann in her bed. One of the girls woke up to witness something was wrong with her mum and asked Chris what's wrong with mummy. He said to one of the girls, I believe it were Bella, "Your mum is poorly, I'm taking her to the hospital." He then proceeded to get in his pickup truck, back it onto the drive, leading to the open garage door, where he then proceeded to put Shanann, covered in a bedsheet, in the trunk of the pickup truck, and Bella Cece in the back of the truck. It's believed the girls were alive at that point. He then drove his truck. He then drove them to his work site, where he then proceeded to smother the girls with their blankets. Sorry guys, this is trigger warning, okay. He then put the girls in 2 separate oil tanks, which were about that size, and buried Shanann in a shallow grave. He then went to work. Shanann Watt's friend Nichol Kessinger couldn't get hold of her friend Shanann and got extremely concerned, especially when Shanann didn't turn up for a doctor's appointment. Also, there was no activity online from Shanann at all, which is unusual. It was Nichol Kessinger who alerted the police, and thanks to her and the neighbour Nate, that helped the police to investigate Chris Watts. Now, the only problem I have with this is they didn't initially treat it as a crime scene. So police were going in, a friend were going in, there were reporters turning up as well and going in the house. He did an interview shortly after. So any kind of evidence that could have been found really were trampled all over. They should have really just closed this off as a crime scene. Everything about this case is in a Netflix documentary, American Murder, The Family Next Door. Also the book written by Sherilyn Cadle, Letters from Christopher, details his confessions and events. Now bearing in mind guys, this man changes his story like the wind. There must be umpteen stories he's put out there. Okay, so just treat things with a little bit of a pinch of salt here also. There is also released documents from the Denver Weld County District Attorney's Office. This is over 2,000 pages long. And you can find all the information in the discovery. Also, Chris Watts has had Shanann, Bella and Cece's medical records sealed for up to 50 years. Now, my theory on this is it's to protect the mistress, but that's another video, okay? The DA at the time of his prosecution was DA Michael Rogue. I hope I'm saying that right. He took a plea deal of pleading guilty to avoid the death penalty. He should have got the death penalty, but he didn't. FBI Detectives Agent Tammy Lee and Graham Coder would be the ones to get Chris to confess after he failed the polygraph test using the Reed technique. Now, that technique's a little bit outdated now, the Reed technique, because it does sort of lead to false confessions. Also, it's sort of a technique where they use the good cop, bad cop situation, but it worked brilliantly with regards to Chris Watts here. Very egotistical man, and he basically tried to say at one point that it was Shanann that had killed the girls, and then he'd killed Shanann because of it, which is complete and utter garbage. And as always, please do your own research and form your own opinions. There's much more information on this case, but I have covered the basic information here because I could just do an hour or 2 hours long video of everything, which obviously I want to get into the cards. Also follow YouTuber Zawoka. He does loads of content on the Chris Watts case if you're interested. So head over to his channel and give him some love and subscribe. Okay, now let's get into the cards. This is a long one, guys, so get a drink and get comfy. Excuse me. Okay. As always, I'm going to start with the True Crime Oracle and tap into Chris Watts' energy. Right, Spirit, give us some cards on Chris Watts' energy, on whether Nichol Kessinger was the one that made him be a monster, or was he a monster already in the making? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, okay, we'll start with these. All right. So I've got neighbourhood card, which is not surprising here because I just mentioned previously the next door neighbour, Nate, had camera footage of Chris Watts backing the truck up into the garage. He said that were unusual for him, as he usually parked it on the roadside. So it's really thanks to him and that footage to prove that Shanann Watts didn't leave the house. The girls didn't leave the house alive. Also, the neighbour Nate had also said to the police, right from the word go, that when Chris Watts came round with the police to view the footage, he wouldn't look at the telly on where the footage was brought up. He was swaying. He had his hands like this. Very dodgy to start with. Okay. I have missing. There's an envelope here. I wonder if with this, Shanann had wrote a letter to him at some point, and this letter's missing. The one leading up to it, Shanann were feeling like Chris were no longer his usual self. He were pushing her away. He'd even left the marital bed to sleep in the basement. But this letter looks like it's missing. Now I've got inside, which is locked up. I think last time I looked, he were in Wisconsin prison, correctional prison. He could have moved from them, I'm not sure. But yeah, this says inside, which he is. Now, as well, with this, I'm seeing it's dark, it's gloomy. And as I said, there is a lot of dark energy surrounding this case. And it is being reported that the prison guards have witnessed paranormal activity in Chris Watts' cell. Okay, so that's what I feel this is leading up to, I think it being haunted, which is not surprising. And then we have death, which goes without saying. Okay, I'm just going to see if there's any more that Spirit wants to tell us. Also, there's a lot of omens to this case. There's a lot of say, for instance, Nate's camera footage. He must have been watching American Horror Story, and this is where it gets a little bit weird. The thing that popped up was a sand timer and a fetus in this sand timer, and there were sort of blackness going into the fetus. Now, when they found Bella and Cece, they had skin slippage and they were covered in oil, black oil. Okay. Celebrity. I don't know what that's about. Justice, yeah. Gift and revenge. Lies at the bottom of the deck, yeah. That would be my magician card in the tarot. I suppose with this celebrity card, this case is well known. Obviously, the documentary has been brought out on Netflix. He's written a book. So I suppose he probably does view himself as being a bit of a celebrity from this. And it's not for the right reasons or whatsoever. Justice. He's certainly been locked up, but has justice really been given here from this? Because I feel there's a lot more to it. Somebody hasn't been brought to justice yet, but that's another video. Okay. Gift. I'm feeling this is a mistress buying her gifts. Revenge. Now, my feeling all along, my intuition tells me that it wasn't just about the affair, why this happened. I feel like Chris Watts was a very jealous and insecure man. Didn't like the fact that Shanann was a strong character, ambitious and very driven. And in some way, I think he felt neglected by her. My opinion. Okay, let's get into what lies beneath. I'm also seeing with the revenge card, this could be the mistress as well. Nichol Kessinger, allegedly speaking. Okay, let's have some more cards, please, Spirit. Chris Watts's energy, please. Chris Watts' energy. What we're actually going through this monster's mind. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little part. Don't. Okay. Oh, right, guys. Sexual protection. Insecure, which is what I've just said about him. Very insecure man. Don't want to hear it. And 10 SEX. Okay, now the thing is with this mistress, she was into some very dark things, shall we say. And it is believed, or the rumours, that she were doing magic spells, this, that and the other. Now, in Sherilyn Cadle's book, he quoted that Nichol Kessinger was the Jezebel. So I'm kind of thinking here, with the SEX protection thing, they were using protection, I believe, here. And I feel like there were some practices of some sort here with the tantric SEX. That's meditative trance-like SEX. Also could be rug involved here, you know. I forgot to be very careful what I say on YouTube. They don't want to hear it, card. I'm feeling that that's Shanann. I'm feeling that that would her energy. She didn't want to believe it. I think she was in some kind of denial about what were going on. Maybe she also found out that money were going. Maybe it showed up on a bank transaction that they were buying jewellery or whatever, and it wasn't going to her. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay. Just getting to what's the vibe. Did I show you cards? I forgot. I think I did. Just again as a reminder. Alright. Also, I've just looked at this card, the insecure one, and it is believed that Nichol Kessinger did do a search on Shanann Watts on Facebook a year prior to meeting Chris Watts. So I think she was spying. And I think she was very jealous of Shanann's position as well. That's my feeling, allegedly. Okay, give me some more cards, please, on Chris Watts energy. More card spirit. and Chris Watchinger. Excuse me. Oh. One more card. Okay. Right, the last card, guys, I think that's meant for me from Spirit. Okay. I have salty, bitter, angry and petty. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. And I think that was from both Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger. I think they had a major problem with Shanann. Now this one I'm a bit baffled about. I have clingy, old exes, dead relationships and old ways. Now, I'm thinking that this is Nichol Kessinger's energy here. I think her type of personality would have made her like this. That's what I'm feeling. So, to me, there's a behaviour pattern to her with exes of hers. And it appears from this card that she's not changed her ways at all. Now, I've got harmony, balance, peace and happiness. I think that's what Shanann were trying to bring into the family home. I think she tried her best with what she had. And I think she gave her all to everything she did. I know there's some people out there that says that she was controlling, overbearing. And some even say she wasn't a good mum. But you're going to get some that say that. Okay. Now the last card I think is meant for me. I've got Archangel Michael, protection prevented from harm and divine intervention. I think this is a card from Spirit to me. Because this is such a dark case. And obviously I've said I've had to sage and everything. It's just saying that obviously I've got protection around me. Which is good to know. Okay. Get a drink. Do you know what, guys? With this kind of it's putting me on edge a bit, this card. And look at closely at that card. It's kind of reminding me of black magic here. I'm feeling that from this very scary card, that sacrifices, sacrificial rituals. feeling from that card. Ooh. Anyway, moving on. Let's get into the Path of Shadows. This is the Path of Shadows. Split, give me some cards on all this, please. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's also paranormal activity in the house as well. So that just flew out. Right, whoa. Bottom of the deck, guys. I've got Banshee. All I could hear was a warning scream. Ignoring the signs won't make me free. Okay. Oh. Okay. I've got Gorgon. The monster they feared, now I've become. Oh dear. Oh, this is Chris Watts. Still seeking for revenge for my cold heart of stone. Oh. It's funny, isn't it? Because I got the revenge card. Wow. Okay. Abandoned carnival. What once was vibrant remains now silenced and still. This place held laughter, even if now no one could believe. Just ignore the carnival bit. I'm thinking this is the house. Before this mistress came along, I do feel like the house were filled with laughter, joy, love, peace, harmony and happiness. I do feel that. Now we have the owl, wisdom, shadows and deeper truths. Yeah, I think there's a lot more to this case than what we are even aware of. I don't like this card. Mirror, self-examination, understanding and acceptance. But I'm a visual reader also, and what I'm seeing from this is again Nichol Kessinger's energy here with the candles near the mirror. I'm seeing some kind of ritual going on here. I don't like that one at all. That's just starting to see her. Okay. I got werewolf, only the moon knows what it takes to hide this turmoil. Two sides of the same tormented soul. Yeah, I believe that Spirit here is talking about the souls of Nichol Kessinger and Chris Watts here. The two of the same. So for me, here, just from these cards alone, I think he always had the capability of being a monster. It just took somebody to come along and sort of, how do I put this? Encourage it. Okay, just put them to one side. Now today I'm thinking I'm going to do the Celtic cross spread. So the Celtic cross spread it covers consciousness, the past, the present self, the problem, subconscious, the future, final outcome, hopes and fears, external influence, and their influence and power. So we can really get into the mindset here. Although I don't think I really want to, but okay. Also, the Archangel Michael as well is a protection for you viewers as well. Okay. Give me a card on the past for Chris Watts, please, Spirit. The past. Okay, so for the past, I have abundance, happiness, and a cup full of overflowing love. Happiness, new beginnings, beginning of a relationship. So this is talking about when he and Shanann first met. New feelings with someone, socialising. They were very social. Celebrations, fertility, pregnancy, and conception. So in the past, it looked like everything was going smoothly. Right, give me a card for the conscious aspect of Chris Watts' mind, please. I'll show you the cards all after, guys. Okay, so the consciousness mind is what I were consciously aware of was a lack of power, obstacles, lack of money, lack of control, couldn't hold on to things. Yeah. Removing that owned, that's funny, isn't it? Letting go of people. Well, that's what certainly were happening, wasn't it? He was withdrawing from Shanann and the girls. Ridding possessions, affairs. Yes, he had an affair. Generosity and sharing. I think the generosity and sharing was towards the mistress. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a card on the present, the self. How's Chris Watts thinking presently? Okay. I have the world. Recognition of your work. You mean recognition for being the monster that you are? It says here, guaranteed success, a completion and an end of a cycle is the world. It's in the cycles. Rewards received. Has he had any money from the book? There's certainly been a change of residence. He's now in prison. Purchase or sale of land. I think that's when they bought the property, bought the house, and immigration within the same continent. I think that's the move that they had. But it feels like, to me I'm feeling here, it feels like the whole world is watching him. What an egotistical man. Okay, let's have a look at the problem. Alright, so the problem is he wanted everything. Yeah, what I'm saying, he wanted the wife, he wanted the mistress to begin with, and the family. So he wanted the double life at the start of this affair. Obviously things changed later down the line. Fulfilled wishes. Dreams that come true. Achievements, rewards, triumph, satisfaction, and high self-esteem. Well, he did say that Nichol Kessinger brought out the best in him. I don't know how. Success, abundance, prosperity, optimism, positivity. Here, I'm feeling that he thought by getting rid of his responsibilities, he'd have more money. If he'd sell the property, he'd make money off of that as well. And he could live happily ever after with his mistress. That's what I'm saying here with the problem, and that's a problem. Okay, delusional. Both of them, allegedly speaking. Okay, so I've got for the subconscious, which is the thoughts that he would have been aware of consciously. The subconscious is deeper. The search for spiritual enlightenment. Well, he certainly proclaimed to turn to religion whilst in prison. And he pretty much is the hermit because he was in solitude, kept away from everybody else. Well, I don't know what to make of this card. It says here the desire for solitude, desire for being alone, self-reflection. Really? I don't think this man's capable of self-reflection. Introspection, becoming aware. Now, I think this is just a pretense here. Knowing ourselves. I don't think he ever knew himself. I think he let women lead him. I don't think he had any thought processes for himself whatsoever. Isolating ourselves to meditate. Right, okay. That's what he's putting out there. I don't think it's the case. Alright, let's have a look at the future for this monster. Oh, well, that's a relief. The future's not looking bright. Well, good. We've got a lack of choice, unrest. Now, like I said, with the unrest business, I think he's getting haunted at night, and good. Indifference or contempt for consequences. Right, so this is just sort of the real thing that's going on, not that the show is putting on with the meditation and finding God and religion and all this lot. No, that's an act. What's really going on is if still feels content towards Shanann and the girls because of the consequences of his own actions. Few options, fear and illness. Well, yeah, you will be fearful in prison. Illness, well, I think he deserves illness, sorry. But no sympathy at all. Okay, let's have a look at the final outcome. Spirituality and positive mentality with the temperance. I don't know if he thinks that God's going to save him here. God's going to redeem him and make him pure again. Balance and moderation is the temperance card. Also a mixing card. Now there was a report of some premeditation here before he actually did the deed. Apparently, I don't know if it's a drug called oxytocin or something, or I can't really remember, was given to Shanann in her pregnancy, and it made her very ill, according to family. And they believe, and a lot of people believe, it was to induce a miscarriage. Okay. Oh. He thought the final outcome would be a good marriage, an harmonious relationship with this NK. Creativity and perspective. And he felt like he could just adapt to this new beginning. Okay. Let's get on to the hopes and fears. What's Chris Watts' hopes and fears? Also, I don't know with the temperance card, I was going to say temptation. Was Nichol Kessinger a temptation to him? Oh, as well with this card. I do believe she gave him a cup of tea with something in it, but she wouldn't drink it herself. Could that add something in it, some inducing effects on him? That's just come to me now. Definitely some shady stuff going on here. Okay. So he thought that starting this thing with NK, he'd get a new job, start a business, get success, results and rewards. I'm seeing here that they plan to leave the country, start again, start afresh, and he'd find a new job. Give me his fears, please. If he had any. I don't think he had any, but looks of this. Oh, just untake that one. Ah, would you have it? The Lovers. So he feared having to choose between Shanann and NK. They need to choose a path. It's The Lovers is also about making choices. It says here, important decisions, partnerships, soulmates, partner union, marriage, connection, attraction, love, romance, relationships, desire, sexual energy. That was his fear, that he would have to choose between them. Okay. External influence plays for Chris Watts. Oh, the Tower. Oh, yeah. I think this is Nichol Kessinger, external influence here. Sudden changes without alternatives, danger, crisis, trauma, tragedy, collapse, accident. I don't think it was an accident, definitely not. Plans will fail. Well, the plans did fail massively. Bankruptcy, sudden death, pain, divorce and ruin. Yes, all that them two did together caused the Tower moment, caused Shanann's, Bella and Cece's world to collapse. Chris's Watts, influence and power, last card. Not with his role spirit plays. I don't even want to know, really, but let's have a look. So, his influence and power was to let go of the past. Let go of everything he'd built between Shanann and the girls, because he was too much focused on the future and he wanted to leave them. Also, re-encounters with the Six of Cups talks about childhood friend. Talks about happier memories, childhood memories. But I'm feeling from this card that he could have possibly known NK for a very long time. That's for his influence and power. The past is the Ace of Cups. The conscious is the Four of Pentacles. Present self. The world. The problem. Subconscious. Hermit. Future, Two of Wands in the reverse. Final outcome. Temperance. Hopes and fears. Hopes is the Eight of Pentacles. The fears is the Lover's choice. External influence is the Tower moment, the collapse. And last one is influence and power with the Cups. Okay guys, I think I'm going to leave the reading here for today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all your support and new subscribers. I much appreciate it. And thank you to one subscriber for commenting on my previous 2 videos. It's much appreciated. Also, on your way out, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, press the bell button and share the video. Okay, and bye-bye for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.